I had heard about the merging process, also known as the sacred hero's camel's marriage, from various twin flame experts online throughout my Ascension process, but had never successfully had one. This is when things got weird. Starting in May of this year, I began to actually etherically merge with my true twin flame, and it was so very unexpected how it all came about. I am still learning more about all of the details surrounding the merging process, but I can tell you from my own personal experience that it felt like the divine masculine was coming down from heaven and lifting me up out of the lower realms to bring me up to where he is at. This was pure ecstasy and the most beautiful sensation that I've ever experienced, and it completely cut away all of the remainder of the spells and illusions that separated me from myself, them, and God. Only pure unconditional love existed between us, and most importantly, it was holy. This was something that I had forgotten was even important because the journey could get so dark at times. It lasted for several days and was so intense that I even wrote down the sensations in a notebook. It completely snapped me awake the rest of the way and put into perspective that the one who I originally thought was my twin never could have accomplished this with me because he is wounded and was constructed to make me chase him. This is where it can kind of get complicated, but I will try to make it simple. From all of the research I've ever done on twin flames, all the stories that I've ever heard about separation and reunion, and from my own personal experience, I've gathered that not everyone has the same exact story. This is because we all have different or similar lessons to learn. There are cases of twin flame pairs successfully coming into union with their original counterpart from the very start after they've completed their separation phase. Then there are other cases, like mine, where you're tethered to someone who is meant to trigger you and force you to chase them down rabbit holes as they run away from you. These rabbit holes are the various portals that we go through that causes us to have dark nights of the soul and major overhauls of past timelines where we're separated from God and our true beloved counterpart. An example of this is like Alice from Alice in Wonderland. In a way, the divine feminine is like Alice because she symbolically leaves the garden, which is symbolic of falling from heaven like I mentioned earlier, and does a deep dive into the land of duality, also known as the Age of Pisces. The only reason why she continues to travel deeper into the forest, no matter how scary or uncomfortable it got, is to chase after the bunny rabbit, which is symbolic of the catalyst twin. But the rabbit, being obsessed with running out of time, never actually has any interest in stopping to speak with her or even hear what she has to say, which causes the same cycle of running and chasing to repeat and for actual time to be wasted in real life. It is only when Alice travels deep enough into the rabbit hole that she accumulates enough data, or integrates all that she needs to integrate, to leave the endless circus show, also known as karma, and then ascends back into the garden again. This is symbolic of the resurrection and the rapture of the divine feminine Christ and the return to the Garden of Eden as Adam and Eve 2.0 version, also known as the Regenesis. This is where we are all returning to with our true twin flames. So no matter what your unique experience is, we all have one thing in common, and it's that we're all reigniting our flames, leaving behind separation, and ascending back into heaven in our sacred marriage to our true beloved flames. This is something that cannot be achieved with a false flame, a catalyst, or a bunny rabbit that's obsessed with running out of time. The merging process also could not have been achieved without letting go of the catalyst first. So the point of this video was to share about my personal experience and to have that put into perspective for you what the merging process is like, and that not everyone's journey has to look the same. Some of you may very well end up with the person that you started this whole journey with, and others, like me, will be blessed with someone much better. If you want more info about the merging process, I recommend going to Gold Ray Twin Flames' YouTube channel. They have a ton of info on the merging process and a bunch of other topics as well, and they are the real deal. If you are someone who feels like you are being heavily affected by the various moon phases and astrological events and would like to have some guidance on how to maneuver through them, I do weekly Ascension Energies updates every Friday on my Etsy shop for just $4.44. I am a natural channeler, so I actually tune into the Ascension energies and translate them to you in depth with tarot cards as a divination tool. These readings also provide you with light codes from Source, which works to upgrade and transform you throughout the week as well. Type my short link URL into your browser, and this will take you right to my Etsy shop, where you will find these readings located in the weekly forecast reading section. These are created for both twin flames and starseeds who are ascending individually. If you like these new types of videos, and if you found this informative, feel free to follow for more and let me know in the comments what you got out of it. Thank you all for tuning in and hearing my story, and be blessed. Bye.